Hey y'all! Alright, jumping into it really fast. I am supposed to be meeting a friend of mine in just a few minutes for lunch, and I wanted to get this video filmed and edited as fast as possible because I feel like we all owe it to our fellow YouTuber, Emily Noel. She has come out with Makeup Revolution and her have collaborated and come out with this amazing palette. And I don't just say that lightly. I mean, I'm so happy about this. I have watched Emily for years. I think she's been on YouTube over 10 years, maybe 11 now, because I remember when she did her 10-year tribute, and she's been around for a long time. She has over 1 million followers, I believe, at this point. She deserves this. She deserves our support. She deserves everything good that comes her way. She is an amazing person. You can just tell that from watching her videos. She is a mom. She is a spiritual person that speaks to my heart because she, you know, she just believes it and walks the walk and talks the talk, you know. And so this is her palette. This is what she's come up with. It is a combination of mattes, of shimmers, of fun colors. I mean, you could do basics with some of these, but then after that, you can play for weeks. And I'm so excited to have this. It is $20, and it is a plastic case, so you feel like you've got something worth something. She's included a huge mirror. It's not a gimmick where they have the little tiny mirror and all the plastic around. No, she's got a huge mirror for you. I'm so excited for her, and I'm so excited about this palette. The names of her shadows are just, you can tell it speaks to what's important to her and what's in her heart. She's got grateful and good vibes and the names of her daughters and dues paid. She's just got things that tell about her life and her story, and it just makes me happy when I look at this, and I think that she is so deserving, and I'm so excited to give her my endorsement and love this palette, to own this palette, to have this palette, and just to see another YouTuber or somebody that, you know, started YouTube basically to finally get something great and something that she deserves. She's not one that sponsors. She doesn't do sponsored videos. She doesn't sell out. She is happy to tell you about drugstore products as well as high-end products, and she is just a breath of fresh air. When you watch her, there's no drama. You don't watch her video and leave feeling, You always feel happy, and she is an inspiration, and so way to go, Emily. I'm so happy for you. And this is her palette. I don't even know if I told y'all. She's got two palettes. This one is called the Wants, and it's the one that I wanted because it looked like it was super fun and just something that you could do all kinds of fun things with, all kinds of looks with. I'm actually going to be traveling soon, and this is the palette that I'm going to be taking with me because it gives me just, it's got the big mirror, it's made out of plastic, so I feel like I can travel with that really well, and then it's got so much fun. I mean, it's just fun. You open that up and it's fun. And these colors, y'all, not just fun. Emily nailed it. I mean, this is the shade that we're going to be using today, this Pie Fi color, which she named after her sorority, is a wine shade that, oh my gosh, she nailed that one. She did. But she nailed so many more. So stay tuned. Watch this video. This palette was $20 at Ulta, and they only had 3, and so I ended up having to buy the one that was already, somebody had gotten their grubby fingers all over the package, so it's stained with lipstick stains and everything else, but I got mine. And so go get yours and stay tuned to watch this video. I'm gonna do this purple look with this palette and this palette only. Go get Emily's palette, go watch her video. She tells you the whole story about how she named all of her shades, and she's got several videos, I think, with tutorials. I've not watched those yet because I wanted to just see how this spoke to me and do my thing, but I need to go watch those because you could do so much with this palette. Congratulations, Emily. You deserve it. You are definitely the cream of the crop, and the cream did rise to the top, which is one of her shades, and she explains that, and so just congratulations, girl. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Okie doke. Oh, I look so funny with my brows done, and I keep looking at myself. I look like a cartoon character. Okay, so I have my brows done, and they may be a little darker than I'm used to. I tried that Maybelline tattoo that lasts for several days, so I'm not sure if I'm excited about that or scared. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with this palette, and what is speaking to me is this one that is Pie Phi, which I think Emily said was after her sorority, and that is really speaking to me. That purpley wine mulberry color. 3 descriptions to describe the color of the shade. So that one is really talking to me. Family is another purple. It's more of a purple versus the mulberry shade. And then this Heartbeat looks like a shimmer mulberry. So that's kind of where I'm gonna go today. And then I see more. I'm like, well, Pizzazz is awfully pretty too. So that's what I'm gonna go for. We're gonna do a purple look and we're gonna see what happens. So let me just get right into that because I should have already been right into that. I need to quit making facial expressions because it's like cartoon character with the brows. Does it look that crazy to y'all? I mean, it looks crazy to me. I guess when I'm sitting there doing that, that looks really crazy. All the colors, I got too excited and I totally forgot to put my eye primer on. And I'm sitting here and I have a ton of Urban Decay. I have 3 new primers that I'm gonna try out in another video for y'all. I have one that I ordered from Kate House that looks to me like it's supposed to knock off the Urban Decay because it's the same bottle shape, can't talk today. The same shaped lid, and if you watched my MAC Studio Fix dupe from last week, then yeah, you know how just because a package is similar does not mean the formula is. So I'm not going to be duped by that, but in honor of Emily, I'm going to use the Milani Shadow Primer because I know that's one that she really recommends, and it's probably one of the first ones that I went and bought just because she recommended it. So here's to you, Emily. Eyeshadow primer from Milani. My mirror is down here, so hopefully I won't lean forward too much. Oh gosh, I probably got way too much on that eye. It does not take. Oh, we're gonna just coat our face with this eye primer today. Well, and for one thing, I feel like I'm 4 feet away from my mirror. Normally when I'm doing my makeup, I have a makeup mirror that is lit and close to my face. Not that I'm not lit in here, I'm pretty lit. That makes me laugh. Starting off with a fluffy blending brush, and this one is an E40 from Sigma. I'm sure y'all seen me use this one before. I have a ton of other ones. It doesn't really matter as long as you have one that's really soft and kind of rounded on the top, you are good to go. So I'm gonna do Prayer because it has a purpley pink shade to it. So we're gonna start with that, and I'm gonna just swirl my brush in. I guess I should show y'all that. I just swirl my brush in that pan. I'm gonna tap it off a little bit, and then here we go. That's way more pigmented than I was planning on. Okay, so I may have to come back over and try to really blend that out. Okay, so just do the same thing on the other eye. Make sure to tap it off pretty good. Be prepared that it's gonna be pretty pigmented. And I need to bring that up a little bit higher. I just kind of started in the crease and worked up because I wasn't sure exactly how dark that was gonna be. I generally go with a pretty light transition shade. I mean, one that's maybe 2 shades darker than my skin tone. And you know, if nothing else, if you can't find exactly what you're looking for, you can always use your bronzer. I mean, unless you're self-tanning and then your bronzer is way super dark. Okay, so now I have it a little more uneven. So I'm gonna come over here. These are really pigmented. I mean, I'm really impressed, Emily, really impressed. I'm gonna pick up the same brush. I've just knocked it off with my shadow little pan here. Just kind of hit it with that. It just cleans your brush enough to switch to another shade. And I mean, it's not gonna sanitize it or anything like that. Oh, I see my eyebrows. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in to the actual crease area, because like I said, I started there and kind of went up with it and blended up, and you can see that it's darker here on the outer edge anyway, and that's because that was where I touched first. Anywhere that you first put your brush down is generally a little darker, and so you don't really want to start over here and then start trying to blend your shadows out. Never do that. Start here on the outside and blend it that way, because it's going to look softer and more diffused, and then you're going to have this darker shadow here on the outside, which generally that's kind of what you're going for in your eyeshadow look, or at least I am anyway. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna step down and I'm gonna pick up Dues Paid, which is this one right here. It's a matte, and it's a little darker, and it's a little more, I would say, terracotta color than the shade that I have as a transition shade. So Dues Paid, picking that up as well, and I'm gonna come a little bit lower here. So it's going into the crease and a little bit onto my lid. Same thing, just kind of windshield whopper. Do y'all have whoppers where you live? You're just going to spread that around in the actual crease area, a little bit lower than where we had prayer up above, okay? And these are so pigmented. I mean, this is awesome. This is great, you guys. Am I allowed to say so pigmented? Somebody said that that was just trademarked by somebody else on YouTube. Whatever, what would be another alternative way to say this is crazy, highly color concentrated? How about that? I'm probably gonna end up still saying so pigmented because it's so pigmented. Okay. So in the crease is where this shade went. We've only used two colors. We used Prayer and Dues Paid. Your color payoff is amazing. I mean, that's really good, you guys. Really good. Which I would not have expected anything less from Emily, because she knows her stuff, you guys. So now we're gonna start adding the colors in. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up Pizzazz, which is this really pretty purpley shimmer. And I'm gonna come down here and just kind of go 3/4 of the way across the lid. And this one, I'm just gonna pat this on, but you can do it whatever you want to do, you can do. It's your face. Okay, so I'm getting a tiny bit of fallout there, but it's probably more of my technique because I'm not being super careful, and I'm just kind of dragging and flicking. And so I'm thinking, anytime that you drag and flick, you know, in day-to-day life, when you drag and flick, you are gonna get fallout. So try to use that in a day-to-day conversation and see if anybody knows what you're talking about. All right, so now we can come back, and I'm gonna use that same brush with a hair on it because my hair falls out everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna use, and it's still got it there. Same brush, my E25, and now I'm gonna come in with the Pi Phi, and I like to pick this up a little bit on an angle. Just, can y'all see that? A little bit on an angle. Always tap it off, just, you know, because out of habit, it's a good thing to do, because if you get a palette that, and hers is not that way, but if you get one that really kicks up and is really crumbly, and you know, when you dip your brush into your shadows, if they just go everywhere, then that is, you know, you definitely don't want that on your cheeks and on your face. So just always tap your brush off, and that will help you with really dusty, crumbly, fallout prone shadows. But Emily's is not that way, but I always naturally just tap it off anyway. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is I'm coming out here, kind of in the outer V area, just to darken that first spot where we put the first drop of color that we put on our eyes when we touched here is the darker area, and so that really helps you to kind of guide where to put your shadow. You can bring this over if you want to a little bit, which I'm gonna do that. And that is that, right? Okay. Pulling it in, kind of in a V shape, but the V is gonna disappear. I mean, I'm gonna fill it in. And then try to look at yourself just straight on. Don't look down, don't look up. Look at yourself straight on and see how much of this color here is sticking up. That always is a problem for me. when I look straight in the mirror, I usually have a little higher on one eye than I do the other. So that's what I'm checking now, just to make sure that that's even. And then we're gonna pick up that first brush that we used, and I'm gonna go right over the edges of this. My E25, I'm gonna use that one now, and let's go with Cupcake, because it's a pinky. We're just using all kinds of shades. Alright, so I just put Cupcake in this inner corner, and I'm really happy with that. Heartbeat is this shimmer shade. It's a shimmery wine, and I'm gonna just try that one out. And I go right here is all I'm gonna do, just to kind of blend that and deepen it just a little bit. A little more metallic look. Oh, I love that. I don't have my brush that I would normally use. Okay, so I'm just using a brown eyeliner underneath because I don't want it to be super harsh. Just a brown pencil. Alright, so now on my waterline, I'm using Rimmel Scandalize in the color Cream, I think, in the waterline. So now to just kind of round out this look with the shadows again, we're going to take a better brush than what I have in here. I don't have the right brush. I like a more of a controlled brush. So this one is a flat shader brush, also by Sigma. Normally I use a tiny little, almost like an eyeliner brush, to just pull my shadows underneath my eye. So we don't have that today. So what we do have is this big thick fluffy one. So we're gonna see how that works. And I'm gonna come in with Dues Paid, which is the shade that we used in the crease itself. And I'm gonna come underneath. I just now realized that my dog is snoring, and probably has been for most of this video. So I apologize for that. So he has probably been doing that for most of the video. Bojo! Didn't wake up, didn't faze him, did not help. And just on the outer edge, I'm gonna pick up that Pie-Fi again, which is our wine purple color. Just a tiny bit. I probably didn't even dab that enough. And I'm just gonna come on the outer, maybe what, fourth? Just to darken that area. And I may not even have to pick up more. I like to blend mine a little bit more, so I'm gonna come in with my fluffy brush that we started with and just kind of hit that and blend it just a little bit more. All you have left to do is do lashes and liner on the top, and I hate doing that on camera because I just hate doing it on camera. So let me finish that, and then I'll show you the finished look. So that is our look. Ooh, lipstick on my face, and I'm like gonna be 10 minutes late at this point. I've gotta go. So there you have it. There is the finished Emily Edit look of the Once palette, and I am loving it. Thank you so much, Emily. You did so good on this. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I hope that you guys have a great afternoon, and like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.